Okay, as we review the different parts of the digestive system, I'm going to go through real quick what those primary functions were. So we discussed a lot of this throughout the swine digestion system that we dissected. However, just to clarify, make sure we're all on the same page, as far as the oral cavity or the mouth is what we refer to it as in class, the big function of the mouth is to break down food, moisten the food, so we call it mechanical breakdown. And moisten food. So meaning our teeth, we use those to break things apart. Of course, up into and around the mouth, we have our salivary glands. The salivary glands, remember, are going to excrete enzymes. And moisten food as well. Remember when we talk about enzymes themselves, we're talking about something that breaks down something. So this is the first time that our food, other than mechanical breakdown, as in the motion of our jaw smashing food with our teeth, mechanical breakdown, we have what's called the chemical breakdown of food, so enzymes being introduced to our food. In this diagram here, we do have the pharynx depicted, and it's not a primary organ that we've really discussed, but there are muscles in the pharynx that help propel food down into the esophagus. The esophagus is just going to have the primary function of transporting food to the stomach. So it's going to transport the food down to the stomach. And then once we get to the stomach itself, we are looking at the actual chemical breakdown of food. So that's again with some enzymes and some muscular contraction. So we have mechanical and chemical breakdown of food. I'm going to put IE enzymes, meaning chemical breakdown is using enzymes, mechanical and chemical breakdown of food. As far as the actual track that our food travels through, then it's going to be inside what's called the small intestine. The small intestine is where we have absorption of water as the primary function. So absorb water. And we have some enzymes also that are being released, as well as we have things like vitamins and ions being removed from our food. So this is some of the first removal of nutrients. Just keep in mind that our primary function in class is going to focus on that water absorption. From the small intestine, we move over into the large intestine. One of the biggest differences that we noticed between the small and large intestine in a pig tract and that of a human was that the large intestine in a human is going to wrap up and around, whereas the large intestine in a pig tract was connected to the end of the small intestine and kind of positioned differently. This is where we have some more absorption, but a lot of compaction of the food and preparation for elimination. Prepare to remove waste. Some of the accessory ones that we discussed was the gallbladder, really small organ that's kind of attached to the side of the stomach, and this is going to be storage of bile. We'll talk more about bile in class, but bile is going to be another one of those really important components in order to break down food. Our liver is actually going to secrete the bile. And help a lot with lipid digestion, so a lot of fats. And then our pancreas, the last one of our accessory glands that we've talked about, is going to be utilized for secreting hormones. And digestive enzymes. So those are going to be the primary functions for each organ that you're going to want to review to prepare for your quiz next week.